just need the right person beside you. The mornings used to feel the same, quiet hours with no name. The sunlight came but didn't stay, warmth faded halfway through the day. But everything changed in simple view, because days feel softer with you. You don't fix my world, you soften it. Days feel softer with you, like the sky learned how to breathe, like time slowed down its rushing feet, and comfort settled underneath. No chaos left to push through. Days feel softer with you. You don't turn my life upside down, you don't paint joy over a frown. You just sit near me quietly, and somehow it feels lighter instantly. No noise, no rule, no need to renew. Days feel softer with you. Some comfort comes from presence, not action. Days feel softer with you, when you laugh at little things, when your warmth settles like small wings. Even silence feels brand new. Days feel softer with you. You don't ask me to be more bright or hide my thoughts from sight. You don't rush me through the slow, you let my feelings ebb and flow. Your patience colors every hue. Days feel softer with you. The right person makes life gentler, not louder. Days feel softer with you, in small routines we tend to share, and knowing glances, lingering care. Comfort grows like morning dew. Days feel softer with you. You don't need me fully awake to know the love my heartbeat makes. You don't measure effort or pace, you just hold space and grace. Everything turns a calmer blue. Days feel softer with you. Home isn't a place, it's a feeling. Days feel softer with you, in sunlight, evening glow, or rain. Enjoying tiredness and gentle pain, your presence pulls me through. Days feel softer with you. Maybe one day when we're old and slow, and our memories take their time to grow, we'll sit on a bench and watch the sky, letting every quiet moment pass by. Still warm, still steady, still true. Days feel softer with you. You don't fix my world, you soften it. Days feel softer with you, like the sky learned how to breathe, like time slowed down its rushing feet, and comfort settled underneath. No chaos left to push through. Days feel softer with you. And if someone someday asks me when my life began to feel whole again, I'll smile gently, knowing the clue. It was the day the world softened, because I met you. Some hearts lighten your entire world. Days feel softer with you, from the first moment till the last breath. Through quiet mornings, through gentle rest, no fear left to walk into. Days feel, because with you I don't brace for the day. with no name. The sunlight came but didn't stay. Warm faded halfway through the day, but everything changed in simple view, because days feel softer with you. You don't fix my world, you soften it. Days feel softer with you, like the sky learned how to breathe, like time slowed down its rushing feet, and comfort settled underneath. No chaos left to push through. Days feel softer with you. The right person doesn't change your world. They soften the edges with you. Even simple days bloom. I didn't need a perfect life, I just needed a gentle one, and I found it with you. Beauty isn't always found in big moments. Sometimes it's in the ordinary when shared with you. I used to walk through quiet days, seeing life in muted shades. Routine felt like repeating lines, like clocks moving without signs. But even the simple things meaningful too, because you make ordinary feel beautiful. Some people bring excitement, you bring beauty. You make ordinary feel beautiful, like sunlight touching the floor, like laughter drifting through a door. Nothing loud, nothing theatrical. You make ordinary feel beautiful. We talk about nothing for hours, yet it blooms like quiet flowers. You smile at things I don't notice, turning small moments into focus. Comfort becomes something natural. You make ordinary feel beautiful. Beauty grows where the heart feels safe. You make ordinary feel beautiful, and sharing snacks and simple walks, and slow steps and gentle talks. Even silence turns musical. You make ordinary feel beautiful. You don't need a special scene, no fancy lights, no golden sheen. You just breathe in the day, relaxes, softening life's hidden taxes. Even chores feel meaningful. You make ordinary feel beautiful. The right person changes the feeling, not the plan. You make ordinary feel beautiful, like the world slowed down to glow, like the wind began to blow, only to make life wonderful. You make ordinary feel beautiful. You find joy in the smallest things, in folded blankets and quiet evenings. Your laughter turns the mundane bright. Your presence softens the fading light. Nothing forced, nothing intentional. You make ordinary tease you. You make ordinary feel beautiful with your warmth beside my day. With the gentleness you always stay, even your love stays constant. For you make ordinary feel beautiful. And if someone asks me why my life feels brighter than the sky, I'll whisper softly the truth that grew. I found someone who made the simple feel new. You make ordinary feel beautiful. Maybe one day we'll grow old and slow, and these days will become the glow. We reminisce about when skies turn gray, the beauty found in every day. Memories soft but plentiful. You made ordinary feel beautiful. The most beautiful days are the simple ones shared. You make ordinary feel beautiful. Shifting seasons, gentle change through routines that rearrange. Your love stays constant full. You make ordinary feel beautiful. And if someone asks me why my life feels brighter than the sky, I'll whisper softly the truth that grew. I found someone who made the simple feel new. Sometimes beauty comes from who stands beside you. You make ordinary feel beautiful. From the first moment that we met to every sunrise we haven't reached yet. Nothing grand, nothing theatrical. You make ordinary feel beautiful. Because with you I see the world clearer, the colors softer, the meaning nearer. Love doesn't need a miracle, it just needs someone who makes the ordinary feel lyrical. Beauty is love in everyday clothes. You make ordinary feel beautiful, not by changing the world around, but by being the peace I've found with you. Life becomes art for you. You make ordinary feel beautiful. Beautiful. Beauty isn't loud, it's consistent with you. Simple becomes beautiful. I never knew everyday life could glow this softly until you. Some hearts don't match in noise, they match in calm. Your quiet feels like home to me, a space where I can simply be. No pressure to shine in every hour, no need to hide a fading power. Somehow your peace aligns with me. A calm fits perfectly. The right person makes your silence feel safe. Our calm fits perfectly, fits perfectly. You don't rush me when I'm slow. You don't ask why my feelings flow. You move gently through my day, letting softness lead the way. Peace becomes our shared identity. Our calm fits perfectly. Stillness is louder when shared with someone who understands. Our calm fits perfectly in quiet rooms, in soft sunlight, in late night talks, and silent nights. Everything feels how it's meant to be. Our calm fits perfectly. You don't feel silence out of fear. You don't leave when storms appear. You sit beside me without demand, holding peace gently in your hand. Every moment breathes serenity. Our calm fits perfectly. When two souls settle together, the world stops rushing. Our calm fits perfectly, like waves that meet but never crash, like morning air that doesn't rush, a rhythm soft as empathy. Our calm fits perfectly. You understand the way I pause, the thoughts I sift without a cause. You don't ask me to overflow or hide the parts that heal slow. Your patience holds me tenderly. Our calm fits perfectly. Compatibility is quieter than we think. Our calm fits perfectly in long drives with gentle tunes, and resting under silver moons. Nothing loud, nothing contradictory. Our calm fits perfectly. Maybe someday when years run long and our footsteps both grow soft and strong, we'll sit on a porch with tea in hand, watching life unfold unplanned, still moving in sweet symmetry. Our calm fits perfectly. Peace shared is peace multiplied. Our calm fits perfectly through seasons blooming slow and fast, through memories shaped to last, timeless in its simplicity. Our calm fits perfectly. And if someone someday wonders why we stayed close as years drift by, I'll answer gently, honestly. We didn't force love to be loud, we let it be peaceful. Love doesn't hurt to war, sometimes it whispers. Your quiet feels like home to me, a space where I can simply be. No pressure to shine in every hour, no need to hide a fading power. Somehow your peace aligns with me. Our calm fits perfectly. The right person. A calm love is a lasting love. Our calm fits perfectly, not because we're flawless, but because we're gentle, not because we're identical. easier when our calm is shared. Some people arrive with noise, with stories to impress, with energy loud enough to fill a room. But you arrive softly, and somehow the world around me finally learned how to slow down. The morning felt heavy before I met you, like every routine was a chore I had to push through. But the first time you sat beside me, without needing to fix the silence, something inside me loosened, as if my heart recognized a place it had been trying to find. Some people calm you with words, you calm me simply by being here. Your company feels like ease, like the world finally stopped demanding energy from me. Even my tired thoughts breathe softer when you're near. You don't rush my slow mornings, you don't mind when I move at half speed. You just match my rhythm effortlessly, as if our hearts negotiated a pace that suits us both. No pressure, no expectation, only warmth that settles naturally. Ease isn't something you search for, it's something you feel when you're safe. Your company feels like ease, like sunlight warming the room gently without asking for attention. You make life feel breathable. We can sit in silence for hours and nothing in me feels the need to entertain you. You don't fill quiet moments with noise, you let them exist, letting my nervous edges soften until they no longer feel sharp with you. Silence isn't empty, it's peaceful. The right person doesn't fear your quiet, they understand it. Your company feels like ease, turning silence into a shared comfort instead of something to escape from. With you, stillness becomes a gift. You don't ask me to pretend I'm fine or smile when my heart feels heavy. You read the subtle shifts in my tone, the softness in my eyes, and respond with gentleness. I didn't know I deserved your understanding. It wraps around me like a warm blanket. Some comfort comes from being seen before you even speak. Your company feels like ease, a safe place where emotions aren't measured or corrected, just held even on days when you're quiet too. When you're tired or thoughtful, your presence never feels distant. We exist side by side, two hearts breathing at the same tempo, unrushed, uncomplicated. This simplicity feels like love, and not all connection is loud, some simply alive. Your company feels like ease, a gentle rhythm we fall into naturally, without effort, without force. The world outside can be demanding, fast, overwhelming, always asking for more. But when I step into your space, it feels like entering a world designed with softness in mind. My shoulders drop, my breath eases, and everything heavy dissolves. A peaceful heart is the greatest gift someone can give you. Your company feels like ease, as if life pauses its chaos just long enough for me to remember who I am. You never try to fill the room with charm, never try to impress me, never compete with the noise of the world. Your steady, a soft anchor for my wandering soul. You make being myself feel effortless. Safety is quiet, and you make me feel safe. Your company feels like ease, like coming home without traveling anywhere, like resting even while awakened. And every time we share a small moment, passing each other in the kitchen, sitting near each other on the couch, walking slowly under evening light, I'm reminded again that life isn't meant to be rushed. Not when I have someone who softens it so beautifully. Ease is love when love doesn't demand anything back. Your company feels like ease, not because everything is perfect, but because you are gentle in all the ways that matter. You don't change my world with intensity, you change it with calm, and somehow that feels like the most powerful kind of love with you. Every breath feels lighter, every day feels kinder, every moment feels like a quiet yes. I didn't know ease could be a person until I met you. Morning light never felt special to me until I started waking up, knowing your warmth would meet it too. Some days don't need plans, they just need you beside me, slow and soft.
The first light slips through the curtains, touching the room with gentle gold. I blink awake, still wrapped in sleep, and before my thoughts begin to stir, your presence settles next to mine. Quiet, warm, a reminder that the morning doesn't rush us.
Some mornings are meant to start fast, they're meant to start together. Slow mornings with your warmth turn ordinary dawns into something tender, like the whole world is speaking softly just for us.
You stretch lazily, eyes half open, a sleepy smile forming even before you speak. No hurry, no sharp edges to the day.
Just the comfort of knowing we get to greet the morning side by side. Warmth isn't a temperature,
It's a person.
slow mornings with your warmth make the air feel lighter, the silence sweeter, the day kinder.
Your voice is soft at this hour, like it woke up gently too. You tell me good morning in a tone that feels like home, and somehow that small simplicity fills my whole chest with peace. Home can be a voice before it becomes a place. Slow mornings with your warmth remind me that love doesn't need grand gestures. Sometimes it's just a soft greeting from the right person. We move slowly through the room, still half dreaming, making breakfast without urgency. You hum a song under your breath, and the gentle sound dances in the quiet, like sunlight on warm sheets. Peace shows itself in the smallest rituals. Slow mornings with your warmth turn small routines into something beautifully ours. You hand me a cup, warm, inviting, your fingers brushing mine, just long enough to send a soft spark straight to my heart. Nothing dramatic, nothing rehearsed, just a touch that says everything. Some love speaks without a single word. Slow mornings with your warmth make the world feel gentle, like today won't ask too much of us, because we have each other. We sit by the window, watching the day unfold in colors we never noticed before. The sky stretches wide and slow, mirroring the rhythm you bring into my life. Steady, kind, unforced. The right person helps you breathe easier. Slow mornings with your warmth make me feel like everything I am is enough, even before the day begins. You lean your head on my shoulder, still sleepy, still soft. I feel your breath steady and close, and realize there's nowhere else I'd rather be than here. Unhurried content. Some closeness is more healing than sleep. Slow mornings with your warmth fill the spaces in my heart that the world forgets to hold. And as the minutes pass quietly, we fall into a rhythm that feels like forever, a gentle forever made of small moments and steady affection. Morning doesn't need to impress us when you're already enough. Soft love lasts longer because it doesn't rush. Slow mornings with your warmth remind me that love can be simple, peaceful, and deeply alive all at once. Not every love wakes you like thunder. Some wake you like sunlight, slipping in quietly, changing everything softly. With you, every morning feels like a promise that the day will treat us kindly. I used to wake up surviving, now I wake up living, because you're here, warm and gentle beside me. Some connections don't need noise to feel alive. Some laughter blooms not from jokes but from two hearts that finally feel safe enough to soften together. The room is still, the world outside barely waking, and yet you look at me with that sleep
without speaking. And somehow the quiet breaks open into gentle laughter only we understand. Soft joy is the rarest kind, it comes from comfort, not performance. We laugh in the quiet moments, not because something is funny, but because being with you feels naturally joyful. You say something small, barely a whisper, and it's not even a joke, but your tone is warm, your expression soft, and suddenly my heart feels light enough to spill into a smile. Even silence feels playful with you. Some laughter isn't loud, it's gentle and shared. We laugh in the quiet moments, letting our hearts speak softly through smiles only we can read. Your hand brushes mine as we pass each other in the kitchen. A tiny touch so casual and yet so familiar, and for reasons neither of us say out loud, we both let out a small laugh, like two people accidentally finding joy in the most ordinary second. When two souls match, even small gestures feel like affection. We laugh in the quiet moments, turning everyday movements into pieces of warmth. Later, you lean your head on my shoulder with a sigh that's half relief, half comfort, and I tease you about being tired already. You roll your eyes in that soft way, pretending to be annoyed, but your smile shows the truth, and we laugh again. Quiet but real. Closeness often sounds like shared breath, not shared. We laugh in the quiet moment, where our hearts speak calmly and our joy doesn't need volume. In the afternoon, we rest on the sofa beneath warm light and slow hours. You tell a tiny story from your day, nothing dramatic, nothing intense, but the way you share it makes it feel sweet. And we laugh a little, letting the day loosen its weight. Some joy grows from simply being understood. We laugh in the quiet moment, where understanding becomes its own kind of humor. Evening comes unannounced, casting long shadows across the floor. We sit by the window, watching the sky change color. You nudge my arm gently, pointing at something small, a bird, a cloud, a memory, and suddenly we're laughing again at how soft life feels when shared right. Some things are only funny when the heart is lighted moment, because peace makes room for happiness to bloom. Later still, you catch me staring at you, not romantic frankly just fondly. And you give me that little grin like you know exactly what I'm thinking. We laugh again, quiet, breathy, two hearts recognizing each other in the simplest way. When you're with the right person, even silence feels expressive. We laugh in the quiet moment because our hearts already speak the same language. Night settles gently, and as we lie close, the world outside disappears. You reach for my hand, not for reassurance, not out of fear, just because you want to. And in that touch, in that softness, we both let out one last small laugh, the kind that feels like today was enough. Joy doesn't always come from excitement. Sometimes it comes from presence. We laugh in the quiet moment because loving you makes even silence shine. Laughter doesn't always echo. Sometimes it whispers, folding itself gently between two hearts that feel safe together. With you, quiet becomes joyful and joy becomes home. I never knew that comfort could sound like laughter, soft enough to never break the silence until I found it. Some people learn your rhythm by watching, some learn it by asking. But you knew mine without effort, as if your heart recognized the pattern long before we met. You know the way I breathe when I'm thinking deeply, the way my gaze softens when I'm drifting into thought. You don't interrupt, you don't redirect, you simply move beside the silence as if it's a language you were born speaking. Understanding isn't taught, sometimes it's remembered. You know my rhythm naturally, matching every beat without needing guidance. You sense when I need closeness and when I need space, without asking me to explain or choose the right one. You follow the shifts gently, never too far, never too near, just perfectly aligned with the moment. Connection doesn't always require questions, sometimes it requires intuition. You know my rhythm naturally, your presence blending with mine like two melodies meant to me. When I slow down, you slow with me. When I brighten, you brighten too. Not in imitation, but in harmony. You move as though you understand the unseen tempo inside my chest. Some hearts don't follow, they synchronize. 3. You know my rhythm naturally, never rushing me, never holding me back. You notice the way I pause before answering, how I search for words that feel true. And instead of filling the space, you let it breathe, letting me arrive in my own time. Patience is beautiful when it feels effortless. You know my rhythm naturally, turning every moment into gentle chords. guide me without expectation. Our movements fold together like a soft duet. We never rehearse. The right person moves with you, not ahead or behind. You know my rhythm naturally, as if your heartbeat learned mine long ago. In laughter, you rise with me. In sadness, you lower your tone without asking why. You meet me where I am, not where I should be, not where the world wants me, but exactly where my spirit rests. Alignment feels like care in its purest form. You know my rhythm naturally, holding space for every shift with quiet understanding. You never overwhelm my calm, nor dim my excitement. You adjust with ease, as though you're simply listening to the unspoken music I live by. And somehow your rhythm sounds like home. Some matches aren't found, they're felt. You know my rhythm naturally, and loving you feels like breathing in harmony. And when the day slows into gentle evening, our steps fall into the same softness. Not because we planned it, not because we tried, but because our hearts seem to understand each other's pace without effort. Two hearts don't need practice to move in sync, only honesty. You know my rhythm naturally, and with you life feels like a song that finally found its missing half. You don't match me out of obligation, you match me out of recognition. As if somewhere between breaths, your rhythm whispered mine and simply said yes. With you, every moment feels like moving in quiet harmony. I never knew rhythm could feel like comfort until yours met mine and made both gentler. I used to chase happiness, searching for it in moments and plans, in people who never stayed. But then you came, softly, steadily, and suddenly happiness didn't need to be chased anymore. It simply found me through you. You didn't arrive with grand promises or dazzling words meant to impress. You came gently, with warmth in your eyes and patience in your heart. And somehow the world began to brighten in ways I never expected. Some joy doesn't knock loudly, it slips in with kindness. Happiness finds me through you, arriving softly in every quiet moment we share. You listen not just to my voice, but to the pauses between my sentences. You see the shifts in my mood long before I voice them, and you hold space for every part of me. The bright the tired, the quiet, being understood is its own kind of happiness. Happiness finds me through you, in the way you understand even what I don't say. You take the heaviness out of my thoughts without saying it aloud, just by being near, just by letting me exist without expectations. Somehow you make even silence feel like a soft landing. Peace is a doorway and you opened it for me. Happiness finds me through you, turning quiet rooms into gentle spaces for my heart to rest. You laugh at things that used to feel insignificant to me, and suddenly those moments become small treasures. Your joy colors mine, your ease becomes mine, and I begin to understand what it means to feel light again. Shared joy doubles its glow. Happiness finds me through you, teaching me how beautiful ordinary moments can be. When the day grows heavy, you don't rush me out of the weight. You sit with me, quiet and patient, letting my thoughts settle naturally. And in that space, in that stillness, I find my way back to myself. Love isn't always a solution, sometimes it's a presence. Happiness finds me through you, not by fixing me, but by letting me breathe. We walk slowly through the evening, the sky fading to soft amber. You point out little things, a warm light in a window, a soft breeze brushing past, and I realize I've begun noticing beauty, because you showed me how to look gently. The right person teaches you how to feel alive again. Happiness finds me through you, in every quiet wonder you help me see. When doubt creeps in, you don't push it away. You steady me with your calm, reminding me quietly that I don't have to walk alone through the shadows anymore. Your faith in me makes me believe again. Sometimes love is borrowed strength. Happiness finds me through you, turning fear into something I can face gently. And in the softest hours of the night, when the world quiets and the room glows faintly, I realize that the happiness I searched for in so many places, in noise, in people, in moments, was always meant to arrive through someone like you. Joy comes easily when your heart feels safe. Happiness finds me through you, again and again, even when I'm not looking for it. You don't bring happiness, you reveal the one I'd forgotten I still had with you. Joy doesn't need to be chased, it simply arrives soft choosing me. I never imagined a love that could make happiness feel natural until you. I didn't know life could soften this way. Before you, the days felt sharp, like every hour pressed too hard against my chest. But your presence moves differently, settling into the room like warm light, smoothing the edges I used to praise myself for. With you, nothing demands, everything simply becomes gentle. The morning begins quietly, and yet it feels full because you're here. Your breathing steadies the room, reminding me that not every day needs noise to feel alive. I move slowly, still waking, and you match that softness without asking me to be any faster than my heart allows. Some comfort doesn't speak, it simply exists beside you. Your presence makes life gentle, turning early hours into something warm enough for my spirit to settle in.
You read the parts of me I never say aloud.
The pauses,
The hesitation, the quiet sigh, I barely hear myself.
you respond without pressure, giving me room to breathe, and somehow that space becomes the gentlest form of love I've ever known. Being understood softly is its own kind of healing. Your presence makes life gentle, like the world finally learned to speak in tones I can handle.
When the day grows heavy, you don't try to lift it for me. You sit close,
Steady,
letting my thoughts loosen on their own.
there is no rush, no expectation, only a quiet companionship that reminds my heart it doesn't have to struggle alone. Some kindness is patient enough to let you unfold slowly. Your presence makes life gentle, turning burden into something breathable. You notice the small things, the way I touch my sleeve when I'm uncertain, the way my voice softens when I'm tired. You don't call attention to it, you simply shift your tone, matching my energy like it's the most natural thing to do. And somehow I feel safe enough to stay exactly as I am. Safety isn't loud, it's attentive. Your presence makes life gentle, a quiet reminder that I am allowed to be soft here.
We move through the afternoon,
With a rhythm that feels beautifully unplanned. No one leads, no one follows. We simply exist in the same pace, and I realize I've never felt this calm with anyone. Never felt this free to belong without effort. Some people fit your life, others fit your peace. Your presence makes life gentle, smoothing even the hours I used to dread. When evening settles, your voice softens and it wraps around me like the first warmth after winter. We talk about nothing in particular, but somehow every small story makes the day feel together. Calmness becomes beautiful when shared with the right person. Your presence makes life gentle, turning silence into something tender. There are moments when you look at me with that soft understanding, the one that doesn't question, doesn't pry, doesn't weigh me down. That look alone loosens years of tension. I didn't know I still carried with you. Rest become effortless heaven. Some love doesn't lift you, it lets you land. Your presence makes life gentle, inviting my heart to finally unclench. And when night draws close, your hand finds mine. Not asking, not assuming, just offering warmth. And I realize this gentleness isn't a moment, it's a way of being that you bring into every hour we share. A softness I never wanna lose. Gentle love is the love that lasts. Your presence makes life gentle, turning every day into something I can breathe inside. You don't change my world loudly, you calm it quietly. And somehow that softness is stronger than anything I've ever known. With you, life finally slows enough for my heart to feel at peace. I thought gentleness was real until you showed me it could live beside me every day. The sun slips through curtains in a color that once felt ordinary and now feels private. You move through small routines as if you belong to them, making coffee, folding a towel, pausing to watch the light. There's a comfort in these minor acts because they're shared, they become small ceremonies we don't need to name. I watch you and realize how right it can be when life gives us nothing dramatic to solve, only this gentle company. Not every miracle arrives with sound. Some arrive as ease. We feel right even on simple days, when there's nothing to mark in calendars but the steady warmth of being near. In that simple warmth, everything important softly takes its place.
We pass each other in the kitchen with no intention, but the soft exchange, a smile, a glance, the way our hands almost touch. Those tiny collisions hold the same gravity as any declaration, because they ask nothing and return everything. The ordinary is suddenly generous. The smallest things collect meaning just by being witnessed together.
A life measured in small truths is a life that quietly grows.
afternoon hums with ordinary tasks and small pleasures. A book laid open, the kettle's slow song, the light slanting across the table. You read while I write, and neither of us pretends the other's presence is anything less than home. We're parallel ends that move close and close until the space between seems unnecessary. Shared rhythms ask for no audience, only honesty. We feel right even on simple days, because together we make stillness feel like a shared shelter. There's a steadiness here that outlasts the loud moments. When you laugh at something tiny, a memory that tastes sweeter in this room, it loosens something inside me that's been careful for too long. Your laughter is gentle, unpretentious, and it spreads like sunlight under closed lids. I find myself laughing, not at the moment, but at the ease you hand me without instruction. Gentle joy rare demands explanation. We feel right even on simple days, letting small moments accumulate into a life that feels full without force. The ordinary reshapes itself into something quietly sacred. We walk the same streets that once felt generic, and because you are beside me, the colors seem chosen for us. A shop window, a stray cat, the angle of shadow. Everything that was indifferent now feels like a private postcard. We don't need a map, we move together, and the path arranges itself into meaning. The right person doesn't change the road, they change where you look. We feel right even on simple days, when the world offers nothing spectacular and still provides us with enough wonder to breathe. Our hands find each other, and the ordinary becomes ours. Evening drapes the room with warm dimness, and we settle into it without pretense. Conversations wander and rest. There is no performance, only presence. Your attention never feels like a test. It is the quiet approval that steadies my days. Approval without agenda is the kind that keeps love safe. We feel right even on simple days, when companionship needs no spectacle to be faithful. In the smallness there is loyalty, and in loyalty peace. Not every story needs fireworks to be a story worth keeping. Some stories are written in quiet drafts, in the minutes where two people choose each other without ceremony. The choosing repeated without drama becomes the kind of love that endures. With you, the small becomes meaningful, the plain becomes tender, and the ordinary becomes the place where my heart always returns. If life is nothing but simple days strung together, then with you I have all I need. We don't chase perfection, we collect moments soft and steady, and they are enough.
day begins softly, and even before we speak, there's a calm that rises from simply sharing the same air. You move slowly, unhurried, as if your rhythm knows mine by memory. There's no need for grand gestures, just your quiet existence unwinds the tightness in my chest, reminding me that comfort can arrive without warning, without reason, without effort. Some pieces born the moment two souls stop guarding themselves. Comfort lies between us, not in the words we say, but in the space where our hearts rest without fear. When I sit beside you, I feel the kind of safety that doesn't need explanation. You don't reach for answers, you don't fix my silence. You simply share it with me like you understand the language of quiet better than anyone else. And in that shared hush, something inside me breathes again. Closeness doesn't always touch, sometimes it listens. Ooh, comfort lies between us, growing in the moments where nothing is required except presence. You notice the way my shoulders shift when I'm trying to be strong for too long. You don't call me out, you don't ask me to explain, you just lean closer, softening the moment until I remember that I don't have to hold everything alone. Your gentleness meets my quiet, and together they make room for peace. Being understood without speaking is its own form of healing. Comfort lies between us, woven into the unspoken things you choose to honor. When the world feels overwhelming, you never rush me past my feelings. You wait, patient, steady, as if you trust that my heart will find its way. As long as you are near, your patience teaches me to slow down, to let my emotions settle like dust in warm afternoon light. True patience doesn't force clarity, it makes space for it. Comfort lies between us in the gentle timing you've mastered so naturally. Even our laughter feels different, not sharp or loud, but soft and knowing. small hesitations, the tender places. But with you, those parts are no longer burdens to conceal. They're simply pieces of me that your gentleness welcomes without judgment. A safe heart is one that's allowed to stay whole. Comfort lies between us, holding the pieces of who we are with soft and steady hands. And in the final moments of the day, when the world begins to dim and the room grows still, there is a warmth that fills the quiet, not from touch, not from words, but from the certainty that we don't walk this life alone. Your nearness makes the night feel gentle, and the gentle feels like home. Somewhere between your breath and mine, peace learns how to stay. Comfort lies between us in the silent promise that we will always meet each other kindly. Not every love is meant to spark, some are meant to soothe, to steady, to soften the edges of life, until living becomes a little kinder with you. Comfort is not something I search for, it's something that rises naturally in the space we share. The morning begins without urgency, yet something about it feels complete. You greet me with a soft smile, still wrapped in sleep. And the simple act of being near you turns the day into something gentle. There's no rush, no demand, just the quiet comfort of another day together. Not all announces itself, some settles in like sunlight. Everyday love feels enough, because waking beside you already fills the space I once tried to fill with noise. We go about our routines, you making tea, me brushing my hair. And while nothing remarkable happens, everything feels meaningful. Your presence threads itself through each small task, as if ordinary life was designed to be shared with someone like you. Meaning grows in the moments we don't try to decorate. Everyday love feels enough, because the quiet moments with you never feel empty. When afternoon arrives, we sit together, you reading me, drifting through my thoughts. There is a soft harmony in simply existing side by side. No pressure to entertain, no need to speak, just two hearts resting comfortably within each other's orbit. Comfort deepens where expectations fade. Everyday love feels enough, because peace becomes a shared language between us. Sometimes you laugh at something small, a memory from years ago, a thought you haven't voiced yet, and the sound blooms inside me with a warmth I can't explain. Nothing spectacular caused it, nothing cinematic, just your natural joy spilling softly into the room. Happiness grows easiest where love doesn't need to be perfect. Everyday love feels enough, because peace becomes a shared language between us. Sometimes you laugh at something small, a memory from years ago, a thought you haven't voiced yet, and the sound blooms inside me with a warmth I can't explain. Nothing spectacular caused it, nothing cinematic, just your natural joy spilling softly into the room. Happiness grows easiest where love doesn't need to be perfect. Everyday love feels enough, because your laughter turns the smallest hour into something golden. We take a walk, hands brushing casually, as if our bodies already know the shape of being together. The street is quiet, the world unhurried, and for the first time in a long time, the future doesn't frighten me, it just feels open. Love doesn't demand certainty, space for it. Everyday love feels enough, because your presence steadies every step I take. Everyday love feels enough, because your laughter turns the smallest hour into something golden. We don't need promises etched in grand gestures, we have something better. Quiet loyalty, daily choice, love that keeps returning without being asked. With you every simple moment finds its meaning. If this is all our life ever becomes, soft mornings, steady evenings, and love that breathes without demanding, then my heart is already full. Everyday love with you is more than enough. This is all our life ever becomes, soft mornings, steady evenings, and love that breathes without demanding, then my heart is already full. Everyday love with you is more than enough. Morning arrives without hurry, and I feel that familiar calm drifting in, the one that comes simply from knowing you are here. Nothing extraordinary happens. You stretch, you breathe, you greet the day softly. And yet the whole room brightens as if peace itself chose us. Some peace doesn't need effort, only presence. This peace is ours to keep, woven through every quiet breath we take together. As we move through small routines, the air between us feels warm with unspoken understanding. You hand me a cup, your fingers brushing mine, a gesture simple enough to miss, hold these soft touches, stitch comfort into my day. Closeness is built from little consistencies. And this peace is ours to keep, rooted in moments too gentle for the world to measure. When the afternoon settles over us, we sit together in easy silence. You read, I drift through thought, and between us a calm opens wide enough for both our hearts to rest in. There's no need to explain ourselves. Peace grows best where truth is allowed to breathe. Understanding quiet is one of love's rarest gifts. This peace is ours to keep, held gently by the way we share the stillness. You laugh suddenly at something small, and your joy slides across the room like warm light. I return the smile before I even think, as if my heart has learned the shape of happiness just by watching you. Moments like this remind me how soft life can be when lived with the right person. Joy grows easiest in peaceful soil. This peace is ours to keep, carried through every soft laugh we share. As evening draws near, you sit close enough that our shoulders touch. The contact is subtle, almost accidental, but the comfort it brings is steady. Your nearness reminds me that peace isn't just an emotion. It's a place between two people who choose each other gently. Love deepens where tenderness stays. This peace is ours to keep, carried through inch by time, still the loving by eye. As evening draws near, you sit close enough that our shoulders touch. The contact is subtle, almost accidental, but the comfort it brings is steady. Your nearness reminds me that peace isn't just an emotion. It's a place between two people who choose each other gently. Love deepens where tenderness stays. This peace is ours to keep, a quiet forever resting between our hearts. Not every love brings peace, some bring storms, some bring longing, but ours brings a silence so Love is measured by the